Okay, so these four guys come, they drop him into a pit, Jeremiah, even to his midriff in mud. And then Zedekiah the king hears about it and he says, I want to know what this guy says. So he sends somebody at night to him out of the pit, and he stands before the king. And he says to me, tell me what's going to happen. And Jeremiah says, I'm not going to tell you. I tell you and you're going to kill me. So the king says, I promise you, I will not kill you, but you have to tell me what's going to happen. He said, King, if you do not give yourself over to the Babylonians, the last thing that you will see is the death of your sons. And this is exactly what happened, because Zedekiah afterwards tried to escape. They caught him, they took him to Babylon, they killed his sons, and then they took out his eyes. And the last thing that he saw was the death of his sons. And suddenly today, you are standing in a place where we not only found the core location of the ancient biblical Jerusalem, but that we can see that she is being rebuilt. So what makes you so important is my question. We are actually standing on the shoulders of those, all the prayers that has accumulated. But we are the ones chosen for one reason, that you can understand the responsibility that you have. No one can go from this place today and not tell people about the most important place. And not just that, but that the ancient biblical Jerusalem is rising exactly like God said that she would. And if you find this for your neshama, for your soul, every other person that believes in Jerusalem, in the Bible and in biblical prophecy has to be realigned with the place where it all began. Because this is the place where ultimately the end of day prophecies will happen again. Why did I bring you here? Because the only place in the governmental area that we found with a massively deep pit is over there. You will see just behind you. You guys can just keep in here and see how deep it actually goes, and then we're going to go to the next. Now guys, it was never engraved here Jeremiah was here, okay? That's not how archaeology works. But we say that this is the most probable place because it's in the governmental area. We're going to have to figure out why we say that. So have a look down, and then we're going to go. So in comes the archaeologist Ilat Mazar. She says to us, guys, love the new look. I celebrate with you guys. But I just want to say, I think you guys built your offices right on top of the palace of King David. What did we find? This massive structure that you see right here, guys. But what you see is the tip of the iceberg. Because behind you, you can see that the excavations go way in there. Wow. But what we know is we're standing on a massive, massive structure. Did David write David was here? No, unfortunately archaeology doesn't work like that. So how can we say that this is the place? When we started to do the excavations, we found a room. And in this room, we found a lot of seals. 52 at first, and then later on we found more. Seals with pictures on them, but some of the seals actually had names on them. And not only in the same book, but in the same chapter, in the same verse, back to each other, in the same verse, we found the following names.
What book, what chapter?
I'm going to go 38, verse 1. Sheftiyahu, we got Gedaliah ben Pashur, Yuchal ben Shelemiyahu. Two of the four guys that we just read their names. The guys that conspired against Jeremiah, their names written on seals found right here. But we are standing now on the 3,000 years and older because David took it from the Jebusites. So these walls might be even 4,000 years old. Okay. So sometimes I come from the old city and I see people walking on the walls of the old city, praying because they believe that they are watchmen on the walls. So I shout at them and I say to them, you guys are praying on the wrong walls, okay? Those walls of the old city, 450 years old, and it was built by Suleiman the Great during the Ottoman Empire. The walls that you are standing on right now, 3,000 years old, exactly the walls that Isaiah stood on when he made the prophecy. So now we can say, on your walls, O Jerusalem, I have appointed watchmen. Day and night they will not keep silent. You who remind the Lord, take no rest for yourself, and give no rest to him. Until what? Until he makes her a praise to the earth. So when we start telling people that this, because it's important for me, that people realign themselves with the actual city and with the walls. Okay. So you come to the city of David and you not only find seals, you find the governmental area, and we're going to find other things to very much unequivocally prove that this is the place of the Jewish people, the eternal capital of the Jewish people. Now, because they want to tell me all these things, I go in Isaiah and I read in Isaiah 40, it says, "Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and tell her that her sad days are over." And we are now in the heart of Jerusalem. So wherever we go right now, you can speak to her heart to heart and tell her, this is what God says. These are the promises. And the only thing that's going to happen here is that this city will rise like God promised. Okay? Let's go and see a little bit more. Thank you so much.